Windy Gap in the mountains of North Carolina. Windy Gap.
I went to Windy Gap before it was built.
That was a great week.
There wasn't anything there. What really represented dirt and a dream, I call it.
We were at Windy Gap that first summer in 1970, and since then have had the privilege of watching thousands of kids come to know Christ at that wonderful camp.
My favorite memory is being a leader and praying with Katie on the hill in front of Blue Ridge to say yes to Jesus.
I remember going in the club room and being blown away by how much fun I got to have there.
I am so grateful for my time at Windy Gap and how it has forever changed me.
This property is a special place. You know, Ted Johnson, who was on the original building committee here at Windy Gap, he called it a holy piece of dirt. And boy, has this place had a big impact on the kingdom. This 2,000 acres was a gift from the Douglas family back in the 1960s. And Young Life took it and developed it with our mission and our values at the center of everything. We thought about what would be the greatest place for teenagers and what would be a great platform for an adult and a teenager to build relationships and then ultimately share God's amazing love through those relationships.
The heart of this update and expansion of Windy Gap is about serving more campers with excellence. But why more? Well, let's back up a little. Young Life doesn't just happen at Windy Gap. Every day across the country, leaders are showing up at schools and practices, going to where kids work and hang out, or having campaigners. Every week, those leaders are asking high school kids to come to club. And a couple of times a year, the same leaders invite their friends to go to camp. Now, we know that at any point in the year, God can and does show up. But at camp, you get leaders and kids together in a beautiful place built and created just for them, with intentional time and messages that hopefully lead to an encounter with Jesus. So if we can get more kids to Windy Gap and they meet Jesus, He goes with them, back to their homes, back to their high schools. Windy Gap was originally designed to host only 250 campers. Through cabin additions over the years, capacity climbed to around 400. However, Flat Creek Inn and the county seat haven't changed. With summer and school season camp numbers climbing into the 500 to 600 range for campers, meals and club get real tight, real fast. When we talk about right-sizing Windy Gap to serve larger groups of campers, the dining hall and the club room are at the top of the list. I give you the plan. Many people have been hard at work creating this plan without upsetting the balance between the personality and the integrity of the camp. Phase 1 is big, and parts of it are already in motion. Here, we're looking at much-needed safety and comfort upgrades to the cabins, as well as a new water tank and water line for fire suppression. The big-ticket item in this phase is a new dining hall, Fisher's Feed and Seed. It not only seats as many campers as Windy Gap can sleep, but also adds an appropriately sized kitchen capable of feeding them all. Phase 2 adds new quarters for the horses at one end of camp and an expansion of the county seat in the heart of it. Shifting the store and the game room across the creek to the Flat Creek Inn allows for an expanded county seat within the same footprint. Those famous tiered seats will now descend further down, making room for up to 550 campers. It'll still be packed, it'll still be loud, but now it'll also make the fire marshal a little happier. Phase 3 closes out the project as the former dining hall steps into its new role as a repurposed, multi-use space so that everyone at camp can game, gift, and gather, all under the same Windy Gap roofline that we know and love. Don't let these changes scare you. When Young Life was first given this property, there wasn't much here. We had to make changes, even then, to turn it into what it is now. We'd like to highlight a few specific ways you can give. If you'd like to support our efforts through a large gift or appreciated stock and need assistance setting that up, you can email us, wgap50@gmail.com, or call this number. One-time or recurring gifts in any amount can be set up on the giving page. You can scan this QR code with your smartphone and follow the link that appears, or go directly to giving.younglife.org/Windy Gap Capital Campaign. For you folks who prefer to just drop that check in the mail, you can send those directly to Windy Gap.